I'm Kimberly Mackey with New Home Solutions, and I am going to talk about sales management today. One of our favorite topics, right? Sales managers, I get it. I walk in your shoes still every day. It's such a fun thing that I get to do with my job, that I get to go out and be with salespeople in the field all over the country. I get to work with them, and in some cases I am actually their only semblance of a sales manager, even though I do it for less hours per week. So I do some outsourced sales management. It keeps me fresh, keeps me out there, keeps me involved. I understand what you're being asked to do on a daily basis. I understand how overwhelming it can be. I get how you're being pulled by your division president or your principal of your company. They want you to do this. They want you to take care of the marketing. You've got HR issues to deal with. You've got coaching to do. You've got to deal with the signs. You've got to deal with construction issues because the customers are calling you and they're talking to you about the construction issues, and then you got to go take care of that. There's just this list seems endless. So I totally get what I'm asking you to do is going to seem hard. But I ask you to bear with me, hang on just a minute, and think about this. Because I know we spend so much of our time doing things that don't give us the return on investment that we are looking for. One of my favorite managers said to me one time when I started with them as a vice president, she gave me a cubicle in the office. Well, I'm a VP, excuse me? You're gonna give me a cubicle in the office? She said, Kimberly, and I'm gonna date myself here, had a BlackBerry. Had a computer. She said, what else do you need? Get out and stay out. After I got over being offended by that, I realized that was absolutely the best advice that I could get. Because if I stayed in the office, I was going to continue to focus on the 20% of things that absolutely were not going to get me any results, even though they can fill up your day. Where I needed to focus was out in the field, because we all know that's where the sales happen. Spend your time focusing on those things that are going to give you a return on investment. Because I assure you, whatever issues are coming down the pike in the office, the answer to that is sales. We all know, we joke about it in this industry, but sales cures everything. And it really, really does. 20% of your efforts equals 80% of your results right now. Turn that around. Focus on what I like to call the 10-5-2-1 formula. That 10-5-2-1 formula is how much traffic are your salespeople seeing on a weekly basis. We know the average salesperson has a 10% conversion rate. Now, I'm not saying your salespeople are average, so they may not need that kind of traffic. But on average, that's what we know. 5 is the number of first appointments. Your sales team needs to be having 5 first appointments each and every week. If they don't, we have to look to driving more traffic. When we drive more traffic, then they need to be focused on closing for those appointments. Because we all know that when you sit down at an appointment, you're 50% more likely to close the sale. Sometimes we don't get it done in the first appointment, so that 2 stands for the second, third, fourth appointment, or be-back appointment, as we like to use industry jargon. So if we focus on having those second, third, fourth appointments, again, filling that pipeline with those appointments instead of just waiting on things to happen, we get very proactive instead of reactive in sales. And my mantra is 50 sales a year before walk-in traffic. So if we have 10 prospects, or whatever number that needs to be for your salesperson's conversion rate, 5 first appointments, 2 second, third, fourth appointments, that leads to 1 sale per week. Now, the way to accomplish this is you've got to be out in the field. Again, as my manager told me, get out and stay out. Do your planned encounters. And those don't mean just sitting down and reviewing the top 5 hot prospects. What is your salesperson's business plan? Do they have a business plan? Have you mapped it out with them? Have you gone through it? I have a very simple form that I use. It's just a planned encounter form that I do with salespeople across the country each and every week. We look at their goals at the top of that. We look at what kind of traffic they had, what kind of appointments they had. Most importantly, we look at what's driving their business. If you see that you're struggling to come up with how to put this plan together, just shoot me an email. I will send you a basic shell of this that you can tweak and customize so that your salespeople only have to send in one report a week. The thing is, you've got to sit down with them. You've got to go over it each and every week. Keep them focused. Hold them accountable. They will appreciate it when you hold them accountable. Sales are a result. They are a result of a process. We're asking the salespeople to have a process. We talk to them about the critical path all the time, but they're looking to you. They're looking to you as their leader to help them to have a process to drive those sales. That's what the role of a sales manager is. And I know if you will just take these steps, figure out a way, even if you have to do some of these on video conference, because I know some of you are traveling really long distances and would struggle to get to all of you every week. You can do this because that's where the results happen.